Hey everyone, Eric Songer here with you with the Christmas edition of What's Happening in the Chaska Middle School West Band Department. This is for the week of December 23rd. Very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody, and hope you're enjoying your winter break. This will be our only podcast over the break. The next one will be January 5th or 6th. So I'm just going to go through some of the things that we just had happen here the last week in our band program, and then take a look at January, which is a really exciting month. Lots of great things going on this next month as we start off 2018. So first of all, I just want to congratulate the sixth graders on an outstanding job caroling in the hallways and in the classrooms this past Monday and Tuesday. We had a lot of fun playing Christmas carols and holiday songs in the different sixth grade rooms. And it was also fun to perform in a smaller ensemble setting where it was just 5 to 10 students in most of the situations, all pretty much on the same instrument. And then a huge shout out to everybody in the program, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, on some amazing band concerts this past Tuesday night, December 19th. We had all three grades perform, both bands from each grade combined to perform. And it was a wonderful night of performing. I was very proud of all three grades. It was our first concert of the school year, first formal concert. Our second one will be in May, and looking forward to the continued progress that we've seen out of all three grades so far. As far as some things going on, our schedule as we look ahead to January, we will come back and there will be no school on Monday, January 1st, and then on that Tuesday the 2nd, that will be a B day, followed by block days on Wednesday and Thursday, and then an A day on Friday. As far as honor band things, we're looking forward to hearing very soon about which students were selected for the Tri-State Honor Band in Decorah, Iowa, and also the 8th grade Regional Honor Band in Mankato. And so we'll be hearing about both of those very soon. And coming up a little bit later on in the winter, we'll also be finding out if we had any students chosen for the State Honor Band. So as soon as I know about all of those, I will definitely let you know. We already had some great information come across a couple weeks ago that 8th grade Barry saxophone player Sean Bartles was selected to the All-State Honor Jazz Band, and that group will rehearse in January, give a concert in January, and also have a performance at the State Music Education Convention at the Convention Center in Minneapolis in February. So congratulations to Sean. Also, kids who are interested in trying French horn, tuba, oboe, and bassoon, again, you can come and talk to me, any grade, and we'll get you set up with trying those instruments, and I'll get you more information on how that works. Our 7th graders have a assignment due coming up here very soon on January 5th, which is a Friday. All 7th graders should have had done their take-home performance where they play a song for mom or dad and make a program and turn that in. You don't need to record it, just need to get that program done. And that program should include the song title, your name, the date you performed it. It should include a picture of you performing, and then a short evaluation on how you did, and a parent signature. All three grades have a playing test coming up that's due on January 19th. And for the 6th grade, that's the first 4 major scales on page 37, plus the chromatic scale at the bottom of page 37. For 7th grade, it's numbers 19 and 84, and the harmonic F minor scale on page 37. And then for 8th grade, it's numbers 9, 16, and 24 in your Excellent Achievement book. And those are all due January 19th. You can play it for me in a lesson, one of the 3 weeks we come back from break, or you can record it and send it to me. Audio recording is all I need. You can do a video too if you want, and that can be sent to me via email or on Google Drive, or you can text it to me. Any of those are good options. And then also we did a short assignment in class this past week that if you didn't get a chance to do, make sure you turn that in, because it will be identified in your grade if you didn't do it. And that is the concert reflection, where you go onto Google Classroom, look up the concert eval assignment, and answer the questions on there and turn that in. And then I should also announce too, the 8th graders have the talent show requirement, and that is where every 8th grader chooses a committee to help organize the talent show. And if you were on the audition committee, your job's already done, but we have many other students who are on other committees that are still doing work. Publicity, you've already been working, and you are putting up signs around the school, so hopefully you're doing that. And then also our hosts have been working really hard on getting their script ready and set to go. And then starting the second week back from break, our ticket sellers will be selling tickets during lunch. And then our rehearsals on January 9th and January 11th from 6 to 9 at Chanhassen High School. Those two rehearsals will be attended by our hosts, the rhythm section, tech crew, backstage, and I'm forgetting one. Backstage, tech crew, host, rhythm section. Oh, and the acts in the show. That would be crucial for you to be there. And then the night of the show, we need all those groups, plus our photographers, videographers, ushers, and whoever's selling tickets at the show, and our cleanup crew. And I should also mention, too, on Thursday, January 11th, we also need the garage band, country band, and jazz band there. And there will be an email going home here very shortly over break with specific details on when to be there for those rehearsals. So be looking for that email. And so that's pretty much it as far as 8th graders involved in the Playing Talent Show and what you need to know. Lesson schedule. The January lesson schedule is posted. It's on Google Classroom. I have hard copies in the band office. It's also on our Chaska Middle School West website, so you can check out the band lesson schedule. There will be no 6th grade band lessons coming out of the break. We don't have school Monday, and I'm just not going to have partial groups on Tuesday. We will have 7th and 8th grade groups with band lessons on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And we'll have, let's see, bonus lessons on Friday, so those will all be going. We'll have the ensembles going on Wednesday and Thursday, so socio fifthlets, up and tonics, our 8th grade flute quartet and brass sextet will meet during Win 1 Wednesday. It'll be a Spice Girls Bland Boys week during Win 2 on Thursday, and then we'll have 7th and 8th grade traditional lessons during Win 3 on Thursday. And then there'll be some other traditional lessons on Wednesday and Thursday, and actually on Tuesday, 5th and 6th hour as well, 7th and 8th graders if you'd like to attend. And then we'll also have the Dodeca Beats and Times Square. They'll have a couple slots. We'll have first-year lessons, and we'll also have the oboe bassoon, French horn, and tuba lessons. And 6th graders, if you're interested in those instruments, you can definitely attend those as well. So check out the lesson schedule for when all of those are. Our after-school groups are running and doing great. Our 6th grade jazz band will meet that first day back from break, Tuesday after school, so looking forward to seeing you guys all there. Our country bluegrass band will be meeting on Wednesday after school this week. Since there's no school Monday, we're going to meet on Wednesday from 3:50 to 4:50. And country bluegrass band, also be checking your emails. Let me know if you're interested in ordering jackets. I have an option, I have a price, and I'd love to get your feedback over break on what you think about that. We can definitely look at some other options if it doesn't look like something that is the style you want, or the color, or the style of the jacket, or price range, any of that stuff. We can definitely look at some other options, but I need to hear back from you in order to do that. And then our rhythm section will meet Thursday before school on January 4th. Jazz 7 and Jazz 8 will meet after school on Thursday, and Garage Band on Friday, January 5th after school. And all of those groups, make sure you're practicing your music over break so when we get back, we are still sounding great on all that music. And then looking a little further ahead in January, we have a huge event. I've already talked about it a little bit here on the podcast. Our 13th annual Chaska Middle School West Talent Show. This has become one of the most attended and most popular events of the school year in our school. And it will be at 7 p.m. on Friday, January 12th at Chanhassen High School Auditorium. And plan on it going till about 9. This is a ticketed event. It's our one big fundraiser that we do as a band department, and it's $5 to get in for adults and for students. And you can get the tickets at the door. We'll also have them for sale in the lunchroom the week of the show. If you don't want to stand in line when you get to the show, you can send that money in with your child, or students, you can come in and buy them at lunch. And the talent show features about 20 acts that auditioned and were selected to be in the show. It has our garage bands, our country bluegrass band, our 8th grade jazz band, and our rhythm section all performing. And then we have some wonderful hosts that were just recently selected that are amazing, so it'll be fun to see them host the show. So it's a great night of talent. It's a really well-produced show. Every aspect of the show is done by the 8th grade band, so hopefully you can make it out for that. It's always one of the highlights of the entire school year for Chaska Middle School West. Also coming up in January, we had 2 wonderful guests come out in December. We got 3 more coming out in January. On January 18th, which is a Thursday, We have Carl Vitervol, a low brass specialist, trombone and euphonium player, coming out to do a clinic for our low brass players, and that will be during Win 3 on January 18th. So I will lock in all you low brass players in all 3 grades. We have a wonderful musician by the name of Ian Allison who's been out before. He's coming out again this year. He is a bass player. He is one of the best musicians and bass players in the Twin Cities and has toured all across the country with some mainstream artists that you'd probably recognize. Ian is a good friend of mine. He's going to be coming out and presenting to band students first, second, and third hour on Tuesday, January 23rd, which is a B day, but we'll definitely invite A-Day members to come on out if they want to see Ian. And then finally, somebody I haven't had out before, a flute player by the name of Vanamali Medina, will be doing a flute masterclass on Wednesday, January 24th. We are still trying to figure out if that is going to take place during 6th hour or 7th hour. It's actually a 7-period day that Wednesday, so I will let you know as soon as I can. It will either be 6th hour or 7th hour for flute players, Vanamali Medina, coming out on January 24th. Looking further ahead in January, on January 30th, we have our District Band Festival, where 7th and 8th graders get to spend half a day at Chaska or Chan High School, getting a chance to play with other students from Pioneer Ridge and Middle School East and getting to hear the high school bands. We have our Rocket Concert, which features our garage bands and country bluegrass band and DJs. That will be on Friday, February 2nd at 7:30 at Chaska Middle School West in our large gym. And our District Jazz Festival is coming up on Saturday, February 10th, and will feature all of our West jazz bands and rhythm section. And they will get clinics during the day, probably starting around noon. We're still working out the times on that, but plan on noon with a break later on in like mid-afternoon. And then there will be a clinic and dinner. And then we'll conclude with a big evening concert starting at 7 o'clock. Pre-concert by the rhythm section at 6:45. This year the Jazz Festival will be at Chaska High School. So if you're a parent or a student of jazz band, I would say plan on approximately noon to 3 and then like a little break and then back at about 4:30 with a concert start time of 7 o'clock with a pre-concert at 6:45 and the concert going until about 9. So that's our District Jazz Festival. So that's about it all I have for you here. I just want to remind you on how to get a hold of me. I am on Twitter at CMSW Band, at Songer Studio. You can get reminder texts from me by signing up by sending the number 81010 with the message at, well, that's the number you send it to, 81010, with the message at 17band6 or at 17band7 or at 17band8. I'm also check Google Classroom for things like lesson schedules and things that are due and reminders. I am also on YouTube, Mr. Songer's channel, which all of these weekly podcasts are on, plus all of the band lessons, plus highlights from concerts. And finally, if you are so inclined, I have a Donors Choose project that is up. If you're not sure what Donors Choose is, it's kind of a GoFundMe for teachers where we post projects that we would like to raise some money for. And if it looks interesting to you, you can donate some money to our band program. What we're doing right now is a project called Set the Stage, where we're trying to raise some money to buy stage equipment such as lights, microphones, different effects, sound gear, things that will be very beneficial for us for doing concerts at our middle school since we don't have an auditorium. So that's about it. I'm going to bid you farewell, but first of all, I have to say a very Merry Christmas to all of you. I love getting the chance to work with all of you wonderful students every day, and I'm hoping that you all are getting a restful break, re-energizing, getting some time to do your own things, getting some time with family and maybe some friends, and just hope you're all back and ready to go, safe and sound, back on January 2nd. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful holiday season.